Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Parker's Picks. And this channel is devoted to showing y'all what I found in a thrift store, what I think I can sell it for, and then giving y'all updates on when my items actually did sell, probably about the end of each month. I'm just showing y'all what the sales were and what items were selling quickly. So in this week's trip to the thrift, I didn't really find a whole lot of items. I'm experimenting a little bit with what I found. So in this trip to the thrift, I actually found a large number of men's golf polos. So one thing to kind of keep an eye on or look for when you're in a thrift store is like if you find like a bunch of one brand and it's something that you can think you might be able to sell in a lot. Sometimes lots are a good way to like get quick sales of a bunch of items. So instead of trying to list each of these shirts individually, you can list them all in just one big lot and then make a quicker profit instead of having to wait for each item to sell, which could take months sometimes. So just something to kind of keep in mind. So this lot was a brand called, I believe it's called Peter Millar. I think that's how you say it. Could be Peter Miller, but it's the Summer Comfort series. So these are kind of a slick, kind of a more performance kind of stretch fabric, kind of good for that summer or even spring, just kind of golf. A lot of these polos do have like embroidery of like a golf course or something with a little logo on there. They're not like company names or something like that, which I would usually stick away from. These are more like golf course kind of logos. So it doesn't hurt to buy these shirts. If I were to try to sell these individually, they'd probably go between $20 to $25, sometimes closer to $30, but $20 to $25 is probably average for these shirts by themselves. So as a lot, I'm actually going to list, I have 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, and they're all good colors, so they're all kind of like spring, kind of good, just neutral colors, some greens and blues and a little bit of brown. So good colors, but I'm going to list them all together probably for about, start around like $120, so that's going to cost about $24 a piece, and then see if I can sell them for that. So even if I got an offer for say $100, I'd still make about $50 profit on these, and I'd get it all at one time, which I'll also save money on shipping because instead of just ship each item individually and pay for shipping for every single item, I'm going to ship them all together. So yes, it will cost a little bit more because 5 items obviously going to cost a little more to ship just because of the weight, but it'll be cheaper than having to ship out 5 of these individually. So you're also saving a little bit of money on shipping costs. So keep in mind when you're in a store, look for those brands that you can maybe lot together. A little bit of experience that haven't sold this brand really, and haven't sold them as a lot. So in the past I've done items like Brooks Brothers. A couple years ago I found a store that had like a ton of Brooks Brothers dress shirts, probably like $2 to $3 a piece. They're also dirt cheap, and I bought I think 15 of them, and I sold them in groups of 5 for over $100 a piece, and they sold really quick. So just a good way to make some money on items really quick, especially when you find a bunch of one specific item and brand in the store. These are all size medium, so they're all the exact same size. In that same store I also found same brand, Peter Millar, but this is an XL size, so obviously I wouldn't lot it together with a bunch of mediums. But this one actually has, I don't know if y'all can see, that's kind of got this like pine tree logo on the chest, embroidered on the chest, and then on the sleeve right here it says like Whispering Pines Golf Club. So I looked up this specific like golf club on this brand shirt, and like they were selling for more like $30 to $50, a little bit of a range. Not a whole lot of this specific golf course, but because they're selling for a little bit more, I wouldn't lot this one in because it's worth more by itself than these that are worth maybe 20 to 25 by themselves. This one's worth a little bit more, potentially 30 to 50. So in cases like that, you wouldn't want to necessarily lot this shirt. If I had a bunch of other XLs, I'd lot them together, but I wouldn't maybe throw this one this because it is worth a little bit more. So keep that in mind. When you're in the thrift, just looking for those brands that have decent value, and you can even look on eBay, just look up the brand name and then look up lot, and you'll find people that have sold lots of those shirts sometimes. So in this case, there are people that are selling these in lots. Usually stick to those maybe 3 to 5 items. Don't get too many, and don't just do something like, you can do 2, but usually 3 to 5 is kind of the right number when you're lotting up items together, because you don't want to do so many that's going to, someone's going to have to spend a ton of money to buy them, because someone probably doesn't want to buy 10 shirts for $200 to $300, but they will be willing to spend $100 for maybe 5. So just think about that. Hope y'all enjoyed today's trip to the thrift. Hopefully that helped y'all, kind of give y'all a tip on what to look for in the thrift and how to lot items together sometimes to make quick money. And then maybe also sell items that might not sell very great just by themselves, but do better together. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and I will see y'all next time.